Top 10 rivalries in college football. I put together this list. In my opinion, it's the best list, but I want you to comment down below if you would disagree or agree. Starting at number 10, Michigan State versus Michigan. This is such a good rivalry. It's the battle for the Paul Bunyan Trophy. It is so good. It gives you that feeling of like almost like the little brother, where it's like in state. You know, you have the Michigan State versus Michigan, and Michigan State's always that team that's just not quite as good as Michigan. They're always not to that level consistently, but occasionally you'll have the big upset that Michigan State will pull. Like a few years ago with Mel Tucker and Kenneth Walker, they beat Michigan that year. You'll have those instances, but most of the time Michigan dominates this rivalry. But it's always a physical rivalry. It's an incredible rivalry. It's been around for a while. It was first played in 1898, by the way, so that is a long time ago. It's a great rivalry. I just love it so much. And if you have not watched this rivalry on TV or been to this game, it's phenomenal. So make sure you tune into it this year. Number 9 is Auburn versus Georgia. Love this game. This is Deep South's oldest rivalry. It was first played in 1892. People kind of forget about it because it's, shadowed by the Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl, Auburn, Alabama, as you know, and we'll get to that later in this list. It's kind of shadowed by that because you have that big rivalry, all the storylines in the Iron Bowl. A lot of people don't pay attention to this one because of, the dominance of Georgia in this rivalry, especially this past few years. It's been dominated by Georgia. Auburn hasn't been competing in it for a while. But in my opinion, it's still a great game to watch. There's always that chance of an upset, and I just love to watch this game. It's absolutely phenomenal. So that is number 9. Number 8, I have as FSU versus Miami. This is a great game. First played in 1951. It's not as old as some of the other ones, but man, did this define the 80s and the 90s when these two teams were the best in their conference and the best in college football. You had Bobby Bowden, who just absolutely just won so many games in this rivalry. Like, you had this beautiful thing, FSU versus Miami. You had the wide right, which we don't need to say that too loud. But it was just two huge brands going at it. ACC race, always on the line here. And I just love it. I just love it so much. And it's still very, very good rivalry nowadays. And that's one of the things that I love about it. Number 7 is Georgia versus Florida. We mentioned Georgia already in this list. Great game. Phenomenal game. It's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, and it is just such a good game. It's played in Jacksonville, Florida, so it's not at either campus. It is a neutral site, but this is one of the two games, and we'll get to the other one, that are neutral site that I'm actually okay with it being neutral site. Like, it makes sense. So this is first played in 1904 or 1915, somewhere around that area. Both teams kind of debate when they actually first played the game. Somewhere around that area, we don't really know. But, man, it's such a good rivalry. When these two teams were at their peak, you had, the Tebow era of this rivalry. You had the Spurrier era. Now you have the Kirby Smart era of this rivalry. Hopefully we can get John Summerall to compete again in this rivalry. So that is number 7. Number 6, this is a really good rivalry. Notre Dame versus USC. This one just is so good. So good. Like, you have two huge brands. I mean, huge brands, iconic brands. It's a great helmet game to have the gold Notre Dame helmet, the red USC helmet. It's so good. This was first played in 1926. I mean, it's a premier coast-to-coast rivalry. These two teams are always having a battle when they play. Now, this would have been the 100th anniversary of this game being played this year, except that they didn't renew the contract. So the rivalry is not going to be being played this year, but I think they're going to work on getting it back. So that is number 6. Number 5, top 5 here. This is such an iconic rivalry, one of the better rivalries that we've had ever. It is Army-Navy. Army-Navy is that game that gets overlooked a lot. Like, a lot of people question why it has its own week, because it's phenomenal. That's why it has its own week, because it's absolutely incredible. Love this rivalry, love this game, and it's America's game at this point. Like, it has its own week in the college football season. It is so good. The president's always there. It's pure competition against two just iconic brands and brands that serve our country, is the Army and the Navy. So least you can do is watch this game and pay some respect to them. First played in 1890, so it's been going on for a really, really long time. Phenomenal game. Now we can move on to number 4. Number 4 is FSU versus Florida. This is such a good game. I mean, when you think about the eras of this game, the Sunshine Showdown, first played in 1958, it's always competitive. That's the great thing. It's always competitive. It's a top team in the ACC and a top team in the SEC. Now, I know it hasn't been that quite lately. Two teams have been down or the middle of their conference. FSU's been a little bit better than Florida lately, but, well, maybe not as of really late. But these are two teams that this game always has a lot on the line, whether it's Florida State in 2023 needing to make the playoff, whether it's Florida trying to make the SEC championship or the ACC championship for Florida State. There's always so much on this game. It's just a nasty environment, and that's what rivalry should be. Absolutely love this game. Now it's number 3. Number 3 is my one. Honestly, you could argue it being higher, and I thought about pushing it to the number 2 spot, OU Texas. Such a good game. Oklahoma Texas is just so iconic. First played in 1900. It's just so good. It was played in, I think, 1901. I think it was played. The Cotton Bowl, I mean, this is the real Cotton Bowl. Like, there's the All-State Cotton Bowl, or whatever it's called, in the playoff. This is the real Cotton Bowl. Oklahoma, Texas. It is a neutral site game. In the Texas State Fair is there. I love the half-and-half stadium as well. Half red, half burnt orange. It's such a good game. And if you have not watched this game or get invested in this game, you have to. It's incredible. This is my favorite rivalry to watch, but I just couldn't quite put it number 1. I could make an argument to put it number 2. But number 2 is Auburn, Alabama. It's a phenomenal game. It is the Iron Bowl, first played in 1893. You have just the crazy moments that have happened in this rivalry. You have the Isaiah Bond back of the end zone catch as of recently. You have the kick 6, which was just a phenomenal moment that kind of defined this rivalry. And then you have just the curse of Jordan-Hare Stadium, which is just phenomenal. I love this game. It's so good. It's a great game to watch. There's always great moments, as I said, and that is number 2 for me. Number 1, my number 1 rivalry in college football. You can let me know if it's different for you in the comments, but it is Ohio State versus Michigan for me. This is literally called the game. There's no other rivalry that's called the game. It was first played in 1897. The Big Ten Championship's basically always going to be on the line here. Whoever wins this most likely goes to the Big Ten Championship. I know a few years that didn't happen. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, it does happen. I mean, it just means more. I know that's the SEC saying, is it just means more. This game just means more, man. When compared to the rest of the regular season games, it's one of the best games. And there's no doubt about it. There's pure hatred between these teams. I mean, the pregame, the postgame things that happen, the flag planting. It's just such a phenomenal game. So that is my top 10 rivalries in college football. If you agreed with me, if you disagreed with me, let me know in the comments. And also let me know your top 5 or your top 3. Comment down below your top 5 rivalries in college football. I would love to know that.